Homer Soriano, and we're here with Bong Villamor, and we're shooting this series of conversations on how to set up social laboratories in universities. So, Bong, thanks for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Okay. So, Bong, can you tell us about your experience in working with universities and then helping them evolve in their portfolio so that they take on more real-world problems?
Well, I used to be the director of the Zuelig Family Foundation Institute, and in that capacity, and in our partnership with the Philippine Ministry of Health, we trained a network of 13 academic institutions all over the country. And with the network and with the Ministry of Health, we were able to train almost 800 municipalities and around 45 provinces over the last 10 years.
Mm-hmm. So that's a lot. So how was it for you? How was working with the university? How did you start this work with the universities?
Well, in our pilot sites, when we began working with municipal mayors and provincial governors in 2008, we were the ones doing the training activities. In fact, we had a team at the institute who did the modules, who did the coaching, and who provided the technical assistance in terms of monitoring and evaluation, and all those support activities for the municipal and provincial health teams. But when the Ministry of Health decided to adopt the program and mainstream it to more than 1,000 municipalities, we thought that the institute cannot handle that capacity. We didn't have that capacity to train almost 1,000 municipalities and almost 80 provinces. So we started working with the academic institutions. In our pilot sites, we already had 3 universities working with us as part of the training team, and whose faculty members were learning the technology and becoming expert in the material. And we used that core team of faculty from these 3 universities to build a bigger pool composed of more than 100 faculty members from this network of 13 academic institutions.
13 universities
yes,
all over the country.
There were 4 in Luzon, 4 in the Visayas, and 5 in Mindanao.
So we're organizing this set of conversations for other universities. Now, this video series is designed for university presidents, department heads, or instructors who might want to start setting up social lab or mini social labs within their class or department. Now, so how do you think your experience will be relevant to university academics out there who want to introduce this practice into their classes or their schools?
Well, there was a lot of initial reservation about the program, mainly because most of the universities didn't have experience working with local government units. Mayors, governors, and many of them didn't have experience working with staff of national agencies like the Ministry of Health. And they were skeptical about doing the training because, for one, content is new to them. They didn't have programs on leadership, and most of their management courses were technical. But this program had a different approach about leadership development. And because of that, number 2, our methodology was also different, where most of the faculty were familiar with downloading or with doing technical work in the classroom, which means for medical and allied health courses, for example, they were serving as clinical instructors. For this program, they had to be adult trainers.
So now they have to teach mayors how to lead. So that
yes, so both content, process, and to a large part, design requirements were new to them, and they had to make a lot of adjustments, and we had to build a lot of their capacity to be able to do the program with the mayors and with the Ministry of Health.
So we are organizing this as a series of conversations on different themes. What themes, what are the big chunks of topics that we will be discussing over the next videos so that our viewers will be able to get a better handle on, okay, these are the things that I will be learning over the next several weeks?
Well, for one, I think we have to talk about what are the requirements or what are the criteria for academic institutions to become part of this program. And we'd like to talk about those requirements or those criteria in relation to the mandates of what we call higher education institutions, because there has to be an alignment between what they do as higher education institutions and what the program asks them to do. And if that alignment is in place, then there's better buy-in and there's better chance of sustaining the program beyond the life of the partnership. And we'll also talk about what they need to do in terms of capacity building internally for the faculty and for their teams and for the institution as a whole to become not just training providers but also all around stakeholders in the communities where they operate. Because for a lot of them, they've limited their operations to the academic arena, which means being schools of learning where students come to get their diplomas. But in this
so
case,
their work ends at the campus gate.
yes,
Okay.
this
But
partnership
in this case,
challenges them to extend the boundaries of their engagement and become more than just academic institutions. The program, in fact, makes them partners in development of other stakeholders, and they're able to provide a range of other services aside from instruction to their constituents.
Okay, so that's a rough overview of the topics that we will be talking about. In the next video, we will talk about the first step in preparing for setting up programs like this and social laboratories in your university.